This is Pookie, streaming Red Dead Redemption 2. I honestly hope you enjoy your stay, and enjoy this video, for we are going to explore the Great Wild West. And I have to pee. Damn it! I will be right back, for I have to go take a leak. I am back to give you the Red Dead Redemption storyline, being hosted by Pookie. And crap, we lost another sub. It's all good. So in this stream, we are going to we're in the first part of the story, and yeah, hold on. Alright, so we're going to be doing this really quick.
He ain't been seen in days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong, and he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in two days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed. He looked for me.
Thank you.
This way. Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and never looked back.
He wouldn't leave. Not like that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Hey, I see some smoke. Come on, let's take a look.
Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
Well, seems somebody left.
I love his horse. So pretty.
Recently.
I like the horses in this game.
That way.
Sure, well, come on then.
There's some tracks leading to the river. Ah! Careful! Let's cross. See, they continue up that way.
You think it's John?
You tell me. These are horse tracks for sure, but could be anyone. Let's just see where they lead.
So, you were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
We had the money, it seemed fine. Then suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets.
If anybody doesn't really know the history of the Pinkertons, they were the first FBI group in the United States.
Dutch.
They were actually the foundation of the FBI.
Bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him.
And they were the ones that
They continue along the
that
football here.
talked about solving crimes and things like that.
Davey got shot. Mac and John, both shot too. Sean, we don't even know. I'm surprised we escaped at all. By the time you boys showed up from the other side of town, we were only just holding on.
Bad business, all right. Damn snow's coming in hard again.
We'll lose these tracks if we don't move fast.
I'll fill you guys on any history if I can remember history while I play this. But the Pinkertons were a thing that started in the 1900s, where they were the ones that started the CIA. I think it's either the FBI or the CIA. I can't remember. I think it was the FBI.
A lot of fresh snow here.
But they were the ones that would go after the most notorious criminals.
Maybe we'll pick up the trail again.
The ones that the lawmen couldn't find or they couldn't figure out how to capture them. So the Pinkertons would come in and take care of it. There's a series right now on Netflix that
Look! Over there! See
um,
that?
they do a storyline, and I don't know if it's based on a true story or not, but it's a storyline that's kind of based on the book.
So John was riding that horse when we left Blackwater. Let's see if he can hear us. Come on! Up there! He's coming from up ahead somewhere. I don't think we can go much further on the horses. We'll have to walk from here. I grabbed that shotgun from your horse. Who knows what's up ahead? Grab your shotgun. Come on. Come on.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey Clark, how's it going? I lost some
My
subs.
favorite game.
Lost some subs, buddy.
Also sorry for not responding earlier, I was voice acting.
You sure about this?
It's all good.
It's coming from this way.
Okay.
I'm replaying this, and I wanted to stream this, but also there's a bunch of story points I missed, or side missions I missed, so we're gonna attempt to see if we can get those done.
Down here.
You sound upset.
No, I'm not upset. I'm a little upset because we lost some subs, but that's all good.
Lay low under here.
You have your good days and you have your bad days, just like everything else. Might be because I haven't done any videos in a while.
Okay. Good now.
Watch your step. This is real slippery.
Stay close to the wall. Up this way. Come on.
Actually,
I
it went
hope your
pretty
birthday
good.
went well.
Come on.
I did a lot of stacking and a lot of stuff.
Coming, John.
We weren't able to do what we wanted to, which was the 48-hour stream, because we found out that they after, if you go AFK for 30 minutes, it automatically puts you out of the game. So there's no way I would have been able to do a 48-hour. But we did get through the storyline, and there's a lot of spoilers in it, so that was another reason why we decided not to stream the whole 48 hours, so.
How you doing?
I'm miserable. Been a tough few days.
I know. Here. Take a drink of this.
Thanks.
I'm not designed for this snow. Let's keep moving then. Come on. John, can you hear me?
John!
I'm still staying completely blind towards the story and I'm very slowly making progress.
By the way, we need to get you in the FC, don't we?
That's John. We're coming. Fella's there.
All right! Hot down, Marston!
He's down here.
That's quite a scratch you got there.
Are you going to be online tomorrow? Because if you are, I'm going to probably be online, and then I'll invite you to the Freeze Company. If you still want to join.
Yeah, but patience is a virtue.
I don't feel too good.
I also have an Overwatch tournament to help my friends with.
Oh, okay, no problem.
just yet, cowboy.
Come on, compadre.
Maybe if you come in and whatnot into the FC, and I get my one of my characters leveled up, me and Ben are gonna actually marry one of our alts together, and you can come to the wedding if you want.
Argue with you there. See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this. I'm sure you did.
You alright?
I think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us
There's a
out.
free minion in it for you too.
Depending how long it goes, I'm not sure when I will be able to log in.
It's not for any time soon. I gotta still buy a book for my tune, get her past storyline, and get her a level to 50. So.
I'll distract him while you get to the horses. Go. Draw them off.
Okay, here we go, John. We'll leave them to Arthur. We're getting you out of here.
Here! Hey, back off!
Good work, Arthur. Okay, let's get going before any more of these bastards show up.
Okay, boy. It's all right, boy.
Come on.
Come on, then. Let's get back to the others. Yeah!
I don't feel too good.
You'll be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
Knew a fella? Got bit by a dog. Died. An hour later.
You ain't gonna die. Not yet.
She ain't gonna die, not yet.
And as I said, I also am like a leader for a group, and we're planning on a certain level in Dungeons and Dragons.
Get the hell out of here! Get out of here! Shit, there's more on the right. We got more wolves on the left. Fuera! Get the hell out of here! Get out! You see any more, Arthur?
Don't think so. Jesus. You still with us, Marston?
God, I love
Just
revolvers. Too
You're
bad
gonna
we
be
have to
okay.
shoot
We got
wolves.
some shelter now.
I know.
Thanks for coming for me.
Of course.
One thing I'm gonna do with this stream is I'm gonna do it all based on storyline. If I've got to do like some major free roaming, like hunting and
None of us
stuff,
are lucky right now.
I probably won't stream it. I don't know yet. We'll see. Depending on like how much people ask for free roaming, because I love to capture wild horses and tame them and shit, and then
We're gonna need to come up with a better
try and get the
story for
achievements
that
where,
storm.
you know, I find all the horses and stuff.
Freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you.
Here, let's cross to the left.
Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there. Come on! Someone help John down off this horse.
We get some help here.
One thing I love about this game is you
We
walk
got
through the
some
snow.
We need some help here.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go. Ay, careful, idiotas! It's his leg.
Come on, let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you.
I love free roams like Breath of the Wild, Red Dead 2, Final Fantasy 1-4, but the one problem is I easily get lost
I
when
know, right?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. I suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that... That's civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss, let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
We have been running for weeks. We found shelter and been resting here in some old abandoned mining town while we wait the thaw.
This
Hardly the
town ain't
spring
big
I
enough
had
for
been
the two of
hoping
us.
for.
Yeah. Right.
So what now, Dutch?
We get strong, we get warm, and we wait. When the storm breaks, we move. But we're safe here. Warm enough.
I guess.
You sound out.
Well, doubtful, just worried.
We have been shot at before, Jose. I don't feel that this is honestly anything new.
I hope not.
We had a bit of bad luck, but then the storm covered our tracks, so now we wait a bit, and we go back to Blackwater, and we get our money, and we get some more money, and we keep heading west.
But we're heading east.
For now. For now. We got this. We're safe. Stay strong, Jose.
Okay, let's do Pearson's quest first.
We're gonna starve to death up here, Mr. Morgan. We're okay.
We have a few cans of food and a rabbit. For what, 10, 12 people? When I was in the Navy...
I do not wish to hear about what you got up to in the Navy, Mr. Pearson.
We were stranded at sea for 50 days.
And you unfortunately survived.
When we ran away from Blackwater, I wasn't able to get supplies in.
But when government agents are hunting you down, sometimes shopping trips need to be cut short. We'll survive. We always have. And if needs be, we can eat you. You're the fattest.
I sent Lenny and Bill hunting, and they found nothing.
Well, Lenny's more into book learning than hunting. Bill's a fool. Unless those mountains are full of game that want to read, ain't no wonder they found nothing.
We'll go find something. Come on, Arthur.
Wait a second. Hold on. Here. You're gonna need something to eat out there.
Assorted, salted offal. Starving would be preferable.
Come on, let's go.
You can't go hunting. Look at your hand.
I can't stay here listening to you two. Look, if there's game in those hills, I'll find it. And you can kill it.
You need to rest, Charles.
You think this is rest? Come along. Here, you take this. I can't use it, and you'll have to.
Oh, you're joking.
Use a gun, and we'll scare off every animal for miles around. You're never too old to learn, I imagine. All right.
Well, he's got to be about the same age as me, because I'm 39. So Arthur's got to be what? They said he should be about like 34, 35.
I'm okay, apart from this hand. Stupid mistake.
Still bad?
It'll be fine in a day or two. I just can't pull a bow right now.
I sure hope I can. Never really got the hang of it.
You'll be fine.
What I love is how it's not just a stereotypical cowboy in the West.
Right, it's not like the stereotypical, I'm this good guy, I'm gonna save everybody type cowboy, or I'm a bad guy and I'm gonna rob every goddamn train that's in the thing. It's more like This is what living in the West was. You had to find a way to survive. You had to hunt and kill to survive. It's not all about fucking, you know, strawberries and cream cheese, basically. It was rough in the West. It was rough growing up. You didn't know whether if your next meal was going to be had to be hunted down or bought from the store. You know, it was one of those things.
Well, Javier told me a bit, but it sure weren't good.
Now, Pinkertons, I was talking about the Pinkertons earlier, and they were always running away from the Pinkertons. The Pinkertons were an actual group of people that was started I believe it was the FBI.
Yeah, it ain't all just, yeah, partner, and since this goes in the past, they really did show the trouble of living back then.
Yep, they did. I mean, you know, spoiler alert, I know Arthur gets sick and there's no cure for it. And unfortunately, the disease that he got, one of my mother's relatives had TB. And she had gotten it and died shortly. And shortly after her death, they came for a cure for it. Or the vaccine or whatever it was. And they got it under control. I don't remember if it was TB or if it was something else that killed her. But it was a disease that was killing people off. And I think it might have been the TB. But she died shortly before they came out with a vaccine for it.
There's deer been here. Recently.
How can you tell?
How can you not? Track them on foot. Quiet as you can. Stay low and move slowly.
You have my condolences. Death from a disease before finding a vaccine is very tragic.
It is.
It's easier in the snow, but once you get your eye in, you'll be able to track nearly as well in grass and woods.
I've lost many cousins from the Zika virus not because there was no vaccine, but because it was also unpredicted.
Yep. Wasn't that Zika virus? Wasn't that the one that you got from
Get that bow out, Arthur.
from mosquitoes?
Quick and clean. You can pull back quite hard. Good shot. Now let's try for another.
I can't remember what the Zika virus was. There's been so many viruses in human history that...
Indeed, Zika is a vector virus, or a virus spread by bugs, and that mosquitoes carry this kind of virus from injecting a lot of blood from diff. Thankfully it didn't spread worldwide.
Yeah, no kidding.
Watch yourself, Arthur, or we'll scare them all off.
Oh shit, I need Sanimal. That's why.
But Philippines suffered more from the Zika virus.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, Zane, how's it going?
I'm okay. Hey, Shad.
Yay, friends.
Well, it's dead now.
Okay, that'll do it. I think that's all we can carry. Okay, you pick up one, I'll get the other.
You pick up one, I'll get the other carcass.
Hi, Clark.
It'll be fine once I get it on my shoulder. Okay, I'll go grab the other one.
I like how when he's carrying the deer too, the deer's head flops around the back. I mean, it looks like a real dead deer. Believe it or not, I grew up with a family of hunters, so seeing a dead animal, I mean, seeing a dead deer doesn't really fully bother me because my cousins used to go.
The amount of details.
Not bad, boy.
Exactly. My cousins are avid deer hunters, and every summer, every fall, I would see deer hanging in their garage because they were bleeding them out. And because after you kill them, you gotta take them home, and then you gotta bleed them out, and then you skin them.
Ready to head back when you are.
Sure, I just need to finish up.
One day I'd like to go hunting though, just to continue on the legacy.
I grew up in a barn in Province for about 6 years, and when I saw a dead animal I ended up saying, why does it look so sad?
Well, the point of hunting
Should be enough meat here to keep us all fed for
is to kill to survive. But what you take of the earth, you also have to give back. And unfortunately, as us humans, we take more than we give back, and that's why things are starting to fail. The greed of human beings, the people wanting the bigger homes, the better looking cars. You know, I live in a trailer and I'm just fine the way I am. I don't understand why people have to have like 6-bedroom house when there's only like 3 people. Unless you're running an at-home business, I don't see any other reason why you need, you know, that much space. Some people like space. I get that.
I have hunted before, and I have cooked from campfires, but what I do is I bury what remains of the animal to become one with the earth to die.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
5 minutes to grab the essentials and go, and he doesn't even bring a crumb of food.
Good that we caught more than one. A lot of mouths to feed.
And that girl from the ranch now, too, but not sure she'll be eating much.
She has a wild look in her eye.
You would, too. She lost her husband, her home, everything she had.
So what do we do with her?
Once we get out of here and we're back on our feet, we'll see. She might have family somewhere.
So it was O'Driscoll's you ran into there?
Yeah. Last thing we was expecting.
What is it with the O'Driscolls?
You ain't dealt with them? I suppose. Hell, we ain't run into them much the last 6 months. I guess because they've been over this
Of
way.
course, since I have hunted before, I had to end some of their misery, not to eat but out of pity.
We've been
Yep.
scrapping over scores with them for years. Big gang. Nasty sons of bitches. Their leader,
Well, here we've actually had an overrun of an invasive animal, the California sea lions, and they want to kill them off. And people are saying if we're going to kill them off, feed them to the whales or the orcas that we have out here, or feed them, you know, because you can use the seal meat.
I am on my second playthrough doing things differently for a different outcome.
Yep, that's what I'm doing too. Because I screwed up the first time, and then now well, the first time I didn't really fully screw up. I had to get a new PlayStation, so when I did that, I re-downloaded this. I forgot to save my old save on the cloud. So then I redid it again, and I'm like, crap, I keep messing up. So this time I'm gonna do this playthrough, and I'm hopefully doing it right.
How long you been with us now? 5, 6 months?
Something like that.
Bet you didn't expect this.
What?
Any of this. Blackwater mess.
Of course, I'm a sucker for loving the planet we're in, and it just saddens me on how people make the promise to clean but they don't.
It's called greed.
Moved on by now.
You want me to move on?
No.
In fact, there's people that have developed biodegradable plastic bags, but do you think that big corporations are going to want them? Nope.
Always wondering if someone's gonna kill you in your sleep.
I still wonder that most nights.
I reckon you're okay. This suits me. Sure, I could fall in with another gang, but Dutch. You know, Dutch is different.
Oh, yes. Dutch is certainly different.
He treats me fair. Most of you do. And for a fellow with a black father and an Indian mother, that ain't no.
I wonder what that was like growing up back then, if you had a race that was different.
Heck, I stopped using straws cause I had a pet turtle as a kid.
Oh, I know. You've seen that video, haven't you? The sea turtle with the straw stuck up his nostril. Shit, that looked painful.
So far it has been this game Fallout 4 Skyrim that ILL replay several times just because they are phenomenal games.
Oh, exactly. Fallout 4 is a great game. That game, you can play through it half a dozen times and still find something new.
Save most of us. That's why we need to stick by him through this.
Skyrim is the same way. This game is the same way. Any kind of game that's a free roam game, that you have an open world. That's why I like this game so much. Not because of my love of history, not just because of that. I mean, I love history. And if you look up the Pinkertons, the O'Driscolls, God, what was his name? Cornwall.
I grew up loving the beach and ocean, and the first animal I fell in love with actually was a turtle.
Nice. Yeah, the first animal I ever fell in love with was the horses. Horses will always be my favorite animal.
Huck me faster than a bull. Won't take nobody but him.
But the things I like about this game is the historical references, because the Pinkertons were real and the O'Driscolls were actually a real gang. There were outlaws that, you know, wanted the Revelation back. You know, they wanted what were they called? There's another gang that was real too. There are several of them.
Come on, let's get these over to Pearson. Thank you for showing me how to use the bow properly.
You showed you a little. Takes a lifetime of practice to master.
Well.
Just drop it down in here.
What a surprise. Find a camp rat loitering around in the kitchen.
Is that any way to greet an old friend? I feel like we haven't spoken for days.
I do my utmost to avoid it.
He loves me, really. It's his sad way of showing affection.
No, it isn't. Now shoot, get lost.
It's almost scary on how fictional games can suddenly become historic fiction.
Yep.
Have a drink, boys. You earned it.
Well, I like how they put the Pinkertons in here and a lot of the historical things in here.
Keeps you sane, it does.
But I'm wondering, I mean, really, what was it like back then? I would love to see a game come out.
It's kinda sad that once you beat the game you play as John. I mean, he is great and all, but I fell in love with the character build up with Dave.
Oh, I know, I do too. Everybody loves Arthur. He's the kind of man that, you know, he's the kind of man you kind of would love to call brother in real life. He had a hard life, but he's a good man, as long as you played his character right. And he, you know, if I knew him in real life, I'd call him brother.
Yeah. They always said you were a butcher. You know, you could trade these, sell these, in pretty much any town, if you're looking to make a legitimate bit of money, of course.
Right now, I'm just looking to get off this mountain alive.
Well, catch anything else? You bring it to me.
Sure. Just make a good stew. Folk need it. It's been a tough few days.
Yes, deer stew is good. I like deer stew. Alright, let's do this other mission that's really annoying as hell.
Oh, you boys, because I thought you liked action. Couple of days on the lam, you lot have all turned yellow.
I don't like him.
From you.
I don't think anybody does.
I honestly feel bad for Arthur dealing with BS in his childhood and currently, but it's what brings good character development.
It does, but I wish Arthur would have left the gang. I really do. Before it was too late. I mean, I wish I hadn't seen the ending, but I did see the ending of it, and I mean, I haven't played through it all the way to the end, but I have a good idea. Oh shoot. Internet's getting bad. I wish that they would have done like a choice where you could leave the gang at the end, or did something. But then that would have kind of destroyed his reputation, and they would have came after him anyway.
Let's go.
I know you hate him, Dutch.
He's here for us.
I doubt that.
No, you're just doubting me.
I would never doubt you, Dutch. You always said revenge is a luxury we can't afford.
This is the right call, Arthur. Take this. And this is about more than revenge for business long ago. They were talking about trains and detonators here. Colm always had good information. Come on.
And you think now is the right time to hit a train?
Now you might fancy living on deer piss and rabbit shit. I'm getting too old for that life. Mr. Matthews, Mr. Smith, Mr. Pearson, would you please look after the place? There are O'Driscolls about.
Well, I'm off to bed.
Alright, have a good night.
Night.
Southwest, right, Arthur?
Yeah.
Did anybody else leave? Don't leave me alone.
They're camped near some lake.
Okay, let's go find these bastards before they find us and rob this core of their planet. Ah!
But John Marston will forever be in my heart.
Yeah, I wish I had played Red Dead, the first Red Dead. I would have liked to seen what happened with that one. Maybe they'll make a Red Dead 3.
What's that?
And redo Red Dead 1. That would actually be kind of cool.
The only fools out here are us and them. They must be this way.
You good, Dutch?
Of course. Listen, I know you don't think much of my ideas recently, but this is the right move.
I know despite screwing up in the gang, I know John
You know I got your back.
went back to being a real father to his son.
You haven't played of Red Dead 1?
Nope, never played Red Dead 1.
This feud between you and him needs to be put to rest.
But I recently watched a bunch of playthroughs of it, so I know what happens.
Others I can't forget. What he did to Annabelle, I can't do neither.
You killed his brother, Dutch.
Yes, I did. And I hope the bastards will be reunited soon enough.
Then you do know what happens to John, right?
Yes, I do. I saw what happened to John in a video playthrough. And I actually watched it. I started bawling. Because I'm like, dude, John is awesome. Why? But that's what the Wild West was all about. It was about fucking betrayals. And, you know, and because of what happened to John, it was a tie that needed to be severed.
All right, gentlemen. This is it. Are we goddamn ready?
Ready, Dutch.
Good. Now, Mr. Morgan and I, we're gonna head up here a little, see if we can't get a sense of the layout of the camp. Mr. Williamson, Mr. Bell, you two take up a hidden position just outside the camp. Mr. Summers, Mr. Escuela, you two hold position here. Let's go.
I wish they would do like a storyline. What'd be cool is if they did something like another...
John was in a more or less double-edged blade, follow the gang and possibly lose his family, or betray his gang and lose his life. I just low.
Oh, exactly. I know how you feel on that one. I wish they would do a game that was based on a guy like Arthur, but do it during Civil War period time. So you were like a soldier, and you had to raise, not a soldier, but you were the militia, and you were raising up the militia to fight against the British.
Who's he talking to? He don't seem very happy.
No.
They leaving?
Seem to be. Should we go?
I mean, then again, every war was tragic in their own respective way, especially the famous World War II.
Mm-hmm. And much less fun to rob him and his score if he never...
I mean, there's plenty of games based on World War II. Like, all the first-person shooter games. But like I said, I'd love to see one based on the Civil War. But I want to see one, if they're going to do one based on the Civil War, do it on a fictional character, but base it on events that actually happened.
You two get up there and keep us covered.
Sure thing.
Good. Come on, let's go. We'll circle around the far side and go down that way, same as Micah and Bill.
Now I know you haven't done this in a while, but Metal Gear Solid also uses historic fiction involved.
Revenge is luxury we can't afford.
Yeah, just wasn't sure you agreed with me.
Arthur.
Historical fiction, like some of them is based on the Cold War, Nixon, and oh god, what's his name?
There's enough of those bastards down there to deal with as it is. Now, come on.
Not Nixon. Jesus Christ, I'm dumb. Not Nixon. Kennedy. It'd be cool if they made a video game based on Kennedy and the and Al Capone and Mafia and shit. That would be cool. Because there is a theory that one of the mob kings had something to do with Kennedy's death. It would have been cool to be related to somebody from the mob.
World War II, a little hint of the French Revolution, talks about Kennedy, Reagan, Khrushchev, and so forth.
Yep. Ooh, somebody walked in the snow before me.
Oh, watch out. This bit's steep.
I also like on how it's scary on how Metal Gear Solid can happen in real life, minus the Metal Gear.
To be honest, I don't know if you've seen YouTube videos of it, but I think they're on their way to a Metal Gear. They've already got this robotic thing that looks like a dog, and it flipping jumps around and shit. I mean, it looks just like it almost could be a Metal Gear. These things are artificial intelligence, and when I saw a video of it, the first thing I thought it was Skynet.
And may I mention something about artificial intelligence, which is a Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker spoiler?
Go for it.
Come on. Follow me.
I think Dutch was stupid to piss off the guard,
Get in cover, Arthur.
So, what are we doing, Dutch? I can take this if you want.
Just make the call. You want to take the lead? Go. We don't have time to debate this.
I wouldn't have done. Terror didn't have much choice. Picking his teeth off the floor.
Okay, fine. You make the move.
Not a word.
All right, on me. Good luck.
MGS Peace Walker heavily emphasizes on artificial intelligence to release the nukes. This makes so that no one would have the fear to retaliate.
Oh yeah, exactly. The thing of it is, if you have something like that and somebody misfires, I mean, think of the devastation of that.
With an artificial intelligence, the chances of it missing are very slim as to how our current technology is.
Right in the gully.
I think that's all of them. Search the bodies. Strip everything we can from them. You recognize any of them, Dutch? Of course not. Cole doesn't give a damn about his men. All he cares about is numbers. If you can shoot a gun, ride a horse, and kill without thought, you're in. Think how long some of you have been with me. I imagine Colm doesn't even know half the names of these.
The only thing I don't like about Dutch is scared. He's so hell-bent on Driscoll's.
As much as I love history, it's scary on how we are repeating ourselves.
Every day.
Shit, there's a lot of them. What do you think, Arthur? Do we hold ground here or go after them? Ah!
Reckon we're better holding here.
All right, pick them off as they come out of the trees.
They're hiding in the trees.
Russia made a wall and Reagan said to tear down this wall.
Yep. I remember that, the Great Berlin
Now
Wall.
we made a wall in the U.S.
Yep. Reagan would be so disappointed in this country. You know, when I got further in the game, it got rid of my dead eye.
I'm sure majority of the previous presidents would be disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Especially the very first.
No, the very first would ask why we don't have slaves anymore. Because remember, George Washington had his own. But the problem is, this country was supposed to be founded on freedom. And freedom comes also with a price. And people, granted, yes, we have freedom, but the freedom is being taken for granted to the point where what I'm fearing is that things are going to become more and more constricted. Like they're trying to constrict guns and all that stuff, where you can't really go hunting anymore without, you know, some...
Well, a man said, one man's freedom is another man's torture.
Yep. I mean, the area I live in is so expensive to live. I almost rather move down to Kentucky or some shit. Because the, just to live in a normal home. Whoa, Jesus. That's a firework, guys, don't worry. In order to live in a normal home, both spouses have to have at least 3 jobs. 2 jobs, I mean. And where I live, it's becoming like California. And people are... It's like one of the worst states to... That's being claimed as one of the worst states to live in. Income-wise. And what they didn't realize... is when they sat there and they were bitching about how they wanted $15 an hour pay.
Trust me, Kali is not doing so well.
No, it's not. It's not doing well at all.
Take it from a Kali.
Yep.
Arthur, get over here.
No. But, it's getting so bad up here that, I mean, literally, I don't even want to leave the house half the time. I'm scared to leave the house. You know, people are worried about zombie apocalypses and whatnot. But what they don't realize is we are going to have a zombie apocalypse. And I'm not talking about actual zombies. I'm talking about people
I'm
killing.
guessing you live in the Northwestern?
Yes. But because I want to keep my identity hidden for the main part, I don't need everybody in the States and in every country knowing where I live. I don't tell people where I live. Oh, fuck it, I'll just say it. I live in Washington State.
I respect that.
Good work, boys. Now, let's tear this place apart. Bill, you go search that wagon there. Mike, search that building. Arthur, you take that building to the left. All right, man, quick! Find those detonators, explosives, anything you can. Let's go!
The only thing is that we can't live true freedom without having some people suffer.
Exactly.
Here. This looks good. What do you think, Bill?
Well, looks fine. Smells good.
Come on. Did we get everything?
Think so, boss? Found this on one of them.
Thank you.
This is perfect.
Oh, yeah? Interesting. This is something about the train they was gonna rob. A Mr. Leviticus Cornwall. Mount back up. Let's get moving.
So Cornwall is a huge company too.
All right, let's get out of here. Proud of you boys. All of you.
Now, if you look up Cornwall,
Good work, fellers.
Not bad for some starving down and out.
Cornwall is a company that,
But we will always get back up and fight.
it's a higher end company that,
Outlaws for life, fellas.
they've got banks, and they're a bank and loan company.
Mac, Charles, and Sean back riding with us.
And Leviticus Cornwall, I think, was the first Cornwall
They will all be back.
to develop such a
You didn't get cold.
establishment.
This hit'll hurt him a lot more than any bullet in the head.
Especially when we rob this train, too.
Yeah, I guess we'll see about that.
I think the company was handed down to each of the kids, every generation.
He'll come after us.
Oh, of
It gets
course
handed
he will,
down.
Just like all the rest. But we're gonna stay a step ahead of them. Make sure we always know where they are before they
If you had a name like Cornwall, you were a big name person. People respected you.
That won't happen again.
That's what happens when I gotta get a drink of water.
Let's go, boy. All right,
fellas. Let's make some ground.
This may sound messed up, but I just love the ragdoll physics of horses.
You see that fella? Wasn't he at the camp with Colm?
Leave him to me.
All right, we're heading back. Just bring him back alive. Could be useful.
Okay, you got it.
What the hell did I do? Ah, shit! No!
You're coming with me.
What the hell did I do?
With someone else.
Exactly.
You leave your last heart.
I'm no use to you, really.
I actually like this guy. He becomes a good friend to the gang.
What's your name, boy?
I don't know.
You don't know your name?
It's Kieran.
Kieran what?
Duffy. Kieran Duffy.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is a real bad day for you, Kieran Duffy.
Where are you taking me?
Somewhere you ain't gonna like.
Why? What are you gonna do to me?
Something you ain't gonna like. So I'd advise you to save your breath for screaming.
No, please. Come on, mister. Please. Don't do this, please.
You better shut your mouth, you little shit, or I will shut it for you.
Damn, now this whole talk about how our world is reminds me of Spider-Man.
God, please, no. I don't want to die, mister.
Hmm.
Have a heart, mister.
Are you trying to test me? Is that it? Because I will break every bone in your body.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay?
Not one more goddamn word. Am I clear?
Okay, okay.
That's 2 bones right there.
I like how Arthur.
Spider-Man gives a vague meaning that you can't save everyone.
Yup.
Here we are, you sack of shit. Let's introduce you to the boys.
Don't hurt me, please.
Oh, don't worry. They're real nice.
Found a little shit, did you?
Yep. I got them.
Very good. Welcome to your new home. Hope you're real happy here.
You want me to make him talk?
Oh, no, now.
That's
all
4
we'll get
extra
is
bones.
lies.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle, Mr. Williamson, tie this maggot up someplace safe. We get him hungry first. I got a saying, my friend. We shoot fellas as need shooting, save fellas as need saving, and feed 'em as need feeding. We are gonna find out what you need. I can't believe it! An O'Driscoll in my camp!
I ain't an O'Driscoll, mister. I hate that fella.
Oh, whatever you say, son. Well done, Arthur.
I'm just sorry we missed out on Colm.
Oh, there's time enough for that. Now, I gotta figure out if we can hit that train.
Okay. Been a bad few weeks.
A lot of villains have one thing in
Dutch
common.
being Dutch, he
Greed.
is busy making plans. And Dutch being Dutch, those plans. involve
Dutch was
robbery
he
and
was also
dreams.
greedy.
Well, I thought you was reading him his last rites. Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect, Mr. Morgan.
Mind away, Reverend. You're still here then? I owe you. Yeah. And you'll pay me. But for the moment, just rest.
Arthur, I think it's time for the train.
Want me to come?
Of course I do, but
Oh my
always
god.
It's just a scrap.
Hey, remember
hello, Abigail.
Rip Thorne?
The boy
He
wanted to
was
see you,
he was the boss in Men in Black, the old guy.
What about you?
He was like the
Guess I was
director.
hoping to see a corpse.
Bide your time.
He's been in like several other movies, I think.
Rotten man,
He
John
just
Marston.
died, 88 years old.
We all know it. Now, railway men. Bill, now you ride ahead and set the charge at the water tower just before the tunnel.
Ain't a problem.
Why are we doing this? Weather's
What?
breaking, we could leave. I thought we was lying low.
Yeah, Rip Thorne.
I just don't want any more
He
folks
just
to die.
died.
We're living, Hosea, we're living. Look at me. We're living, even you. But we need money. Everything we has in Blackwater. You fancy heading back there?
No. Listen, Dutch, I ain't trying to undermine you. I just want to stick to the plan, which was to lie low, then head back out west. Now, suddenly we're about to rob a train.
What choice have we got?
Leviticus Cornwall's no joke, Dutch.
Who is Leviticus Cornwall?
He's a big railway magnate, sugar dealer, oil man.
Well, how good for him. Sounds like he has more than enough to share.
Dutch!
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob. Everyone ready? All right, let's head out. Watch out.
I hope it's that he died peacefully.
So do I.
Okay, gentlemen.
I
So,
enjoyed Men in Black.
All of you.
I know, right? He was cool.
So kindly provided to us.
Should I let the guys on the train live? Or should I kill them?
We're gonna pick it off after it crosses the border.
I think I'm gonna let them live because I want to get my reputation up.
Spot there that should give us good
I want to be a good guy. I'm a good guy at heart, so.
Outriders. How's that hand, by the way?
I'll be fine.
Good. I'll take the driver and engineer, then run point.
Do what you think is right.
And Javier, you two take the front cars, deal with any guards. Arthur and Micah, you head straight for the back. That's what we're after. Mr. Cornwall's private car.
You and me, Morgan. Great.
As I said, I really like how each cowboy is diverse and not some Clint Eastwood wannabe who is a sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
After Bill blows the tracks, we're gonna need to move fast. Is everyone clear on what they're doing?
Well, not all cowboys were outlaws, though, either. You had your good cowboys that,
Come on.
you know, they were the good men. You had your good men and you had your bad men. Your good men were the ones that raised the cattle and free-ranged them, and they knew how to take care of their horses, and they were good to their animals. And those were more like ranchers, but still, in a way, they were still cowboys.
We have the outlaws, the gunslingers, the mercenaries, the sheriffs, the hunter, poachers, and...
Exactly.
Out of the snow, finally.
Feels good, doesn't it? But we need to get this done fast. Now it's thawing, before anyone gets up here after us. Oh, look at you boys. See? Look out! This is what I call a crew.
Whoops.
Charles Smith, Martin Morgan, Javier Escuela, and what about young Lenny here? Always the first man on his horse.
Can't you control that thing?
Nope.
Watch out.
Just happy we're back
Oh,
out.
God damn it.
I always loved cowboys as kids, so I'll admit I kinda studied them.
My mom and you would have gotten along then, because my mom loved cowboys. She would talk about Billy the Kid, and she loved the Old West. She wished I would have grown up in those days, because, I mean, I would have been like Wild Horse Annie, or, you know, Calamity Jane, or something like that. I would have been one of those kind of girls. It'd be like, I ain't wearing no skirt. I'm gonna be wearing the pants like the rest of the man do.
The place will be swarming with Pinkertons.
We go back.
Oh, and the Pinkertons were well, yeah, I already talked about the Pinkertons being real, but.
Why are you riding like an idiot?
Money's safe. You'll just have to trust me. There's the water tower. Hold up here on the ridge. Whoa! Is Bill there?
Yeah.
You want to head down? See how he's getting on?
Okay.
How you getting on? Yeah. I'm okay.
You sure?
Of course.
Can I help a little?
All right. Go ahead and set up the detonator by those rocks over there.
Okay, sure.
Now
I
just
remember
unspool
buying
the
Nerf
wire
guns and
then
always
attach
doing a
it
quick
to
draw
said
duel with a
detonator.
friend.
Yup.
Okay, this is good.
All right. That should do it. You head back up to the others. I got it from here.
Okay,
And then I
Train's
played the
gonna
good, the
be
bad, and
here
the
any
ugly.
minute.
You know, the stereotypical quick draw duel music. And I always said, reach for the sky, from. I was a weird kid.
No, Reach for the Sky was actually said by a law enforcement back in the day, too. That's basically where it originally came from, was Reach for the Sky. Meaning, you know, hands up, guns out of hands, that kind of thing.
We'll soon find out.
Everything okay?
I think so.
Okay, cover your faces. Train should be here any minute now.
But every time I play this game through, I cannot find it in myself to rob a train and all that stuff. I always make my money the legit way, like either finding it somewhere or helping people out.
All here. You all know what to do.
Yeah, but Toy Story was my first look at a cowboy, and the first thing Woody said was, reach for the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Shit! No! What? God!
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Where did you find that
More. Who said it was fine?
My fault.
Come on! You're pathetic. You know that?
Woah!
I like how they run on foot and not on horse.
That's kind of hard to run on horse and then jump off the horse onto the train. Where the fuck is Lenny?
Pull me up! I got you. Now stop yelling.
Arthur, help me!
Yeah, you're okay. Now, let's go slow this thing down.
Where's Javier?
He fell. The others will get him. Come on, we need to stop this train.
There's another guard up ahead. You want me to take him? Arthur, who's going?
I'll go. You cover him.
Okay.
Shouldn't we push up? Guns up! Got me on! Who's got a shot on this?
I love how when guys fall over. I like that effect where they have them fall over and then they shoot in the air after they're dead.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
You don't rob a Leviticus cornball train! Son of a bitch!
How you doing there?
I'm okay. We gotta hurry. We have to stop this train.
That's what we're doing, kid.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You got him? I ain't got a clear shot.
I actually remember during Halloween, I dressed as a sheriff and a Texan dude who was giving candy tip their hat to me. Thank you, Childo.
I'm going up. We have to stop this train.
I never took the lead before. That was the first time.
Shit, more guards coming out of that train car.
There better be some money at the end of this.
All these bastards must be guarding something.
We need the car in the back, right?
Yep, keep pushing on it. Still okay?
I think so.
Good.
Who is this
Doing
guy?
good, kid. Where the hell are the others?
I don't know. Oh, shit. Look, they're coming out of that last car.
We're gonna get out of this.
Oh, I know we are. Hey, there's the other boy. There's still more coming off the train.
Come on, clean this up, boys. I'll kill every last one of you. Good shooting, kid.
I can see now why the O'Driscolls brought so many boys up here for this.
Arthur, get over here.
You two all right?
Yes, let's get the money and go.
We got some fellas holed up in this last car.
Ah, shit.
What are you boys planning on doing in there? Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. Any more of you.
They don't want to kill any of us.
But trust me, we will.
I work for Leviticus Corps.
Come on, boys.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Hubbard.
Okay. You asked for it.
Right?
This door.
4, 3, 2, 1. Seems our friends have gone deaf. Wake them up a little. That's enough. Mr. Williamson, give Mr. Morgan and Mr. Smith some dynamite. You two boys go blow that door open.
Just imagine getting into the line of fire.
I know, right?
Now, it don't matter too much to us, but you boys in there might want to take a step
Seems good enough. Now light the fuse.
Here we go.
Unless you got a death wish, I'd step back, fellers.
Okay. I know it seems tedious, but I really like looting the dead bodies because I can get stuff.
Go loot the train. Quick.
Look at this place. It's like a palace.
Now I've seen everything. Oh, you two got the safe? I'll search the rest.
Oh, yes. Should be easy as cake. You're just gonna stand there, kid. Pour me some brandy, will ya? I'm parched.
Shut up. Me and Arthur did all the work.
Yeah, kid did good. Didn't see you rushing to jump on that train.
He's keen. I'll give you that. Okay, let's see if we can get this open. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Ha. Ah. There. See? That's how it's done. Shit. Just a pile of papers.
Bonds?
I don't think so. Here. Make yourself useful. At least we all know you can read.
Give me those.
Railroad contracts, invoices, blah, blah, blah. You got anything?
Not really. Sugar imports from the Spanish West Indies. A lot of sugar. Some fancy new boat he's ordered from Europe.
I am not robbing another boat as long as I live.
No, this looks like something.
Have you checked all the drawers and cabinets?
Think I got him.
Nice.
Well, thank God. Come on.
But I still need to search.
Let's hurry this along now. What did you find? These bonds. They worth anything? Oh, sure. Bearer bonds. I think we can probably sell these pretty easily. Well done. Now, would you get rid of all of this? The train? Yeah, get it out of here. About damn. What do you think? I don't know. It's up to you. Kill them, leave them here, take them with you on the train. Just make sure they don't send no folk after us, okay? See you back at camp. When you get back, we'll be moving on. The rest of you, let's ride!
I can't remember if it was the right thing to put him on the train and send the train along its way.
Okay, get on the train, quick, all of you. Any bright ideas, I kill all three of you. So behave. Come on, move!
No, I swear!
Go on!
The dread shot literally scared me.
I'm sorry. I like how it jumps out of the train like that, like, dope. Alright there, Philip. Let's get out of here.
I wasn't thinking you'd actually do a thread shot. I was like, nah, she won't pull. She won't. Holy shit, she did it.
Gotta keep y'all on your toes.
So we getting out of
Note
this
to
hellhole?
self, when they have a gun and threaten you, expect a thread shot.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there, no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
I like Hosea though, he's one of my favorites. Hosea and the other guy, God, I can't think of his name. He's the half Indian, half colored black person. God, I can't think of his name. He's also my other favorite. I really like Hosea. He's got smarts.
Now I don't know if this is exactly true, but I'm sure outlaws don't really take breaks.
Depending on what outlaws you're talking about. I mean, some outlaws did take breaks. I mean, they have to retire at some point. You know, they got their loot and everything.
Lenny! Micah, get over here!
Yes, boss.
You two ride up ahead, make sure there's no surprises. We've had enough of those.
Me with the boy?
Just go.
Come on, kid. You can buy me a whiskey.
I mean, like we have early bird outlaws and night owl outlaws.
True. But then again, there's an old saying, no rest for the wicked either.
Get us out the stream. Gotta keep us moving, but calm. Not too rough there, brother.
Ah, shit.
Okay, let's take a look.
You all right back there?
Does everything look all right?
Well, what's going on?
Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel.
All right, let's get it fixed.
You need help?
I reckon we can handle it. All right, Charles, you and me hold the thing up while you try and put the wheel back on, Arthur.
You still strong enough to hold up a wagon?
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Don't say less. Pick the wheel up. Nearly there.
See? You ain't so
Back
useless
then, they
after-
didn't have the jacks to hold up a vehicle.
Oh, if only fixing a wheel was that easy.
Yeah, no shit.
What do you think?
If they wanted trouble, we wouldn't have seen them.
Poor bastards. We really screwed them over down here. Come on,
Yep.
let's not push our luck.
What happened?
Well, get in. I'll tell you.
It's funny because they never really did talk about
Now
the
it's damn
natives.
difficult just to unscrew a bolt.
We'll follow the river, then cut left inland. Get up there. Let's stick tight. So, yes, the Indians in these parts got sold a very raw deal. This is the heartlands we're going to. Good farming and grazing country. They lost it all. Stolen clean away from them it was, every blade of grass. Killed or herded up to the reservations in the middle of nowhere.
And how's that different from anywhere else?
Well, maybe it's not. I just heard some of the army out here was particularly, unpleasant about it.
Unpleasant? How do you rob and kill people pleasantly? We don't. In spite of that just talk.
Hold on a second, guys.
I was perhaps trying to simplify something more complicated for the benefit of our block-headed driver here.
Hold on.
What's the problem now?
Hey, don't blame it on me. Never forget, this here's a con man, Charles, born and bred. Just 'cause it sounds fancy don't mean he knows a damn thing about what he's talking about. So, what happened to your tribe?
I don't even know if I have one. At least, not that I can remember. My father was a colored man. He told me he lived with our people for a while. A number of free men did, but when we were forced to move from our lands, the three of us fled. I was too young to really remember much. My whole life I've been on the run. A couple years later, some soldiers captured my mother. Took her somewhere. We never saw her again. We drifted around. He was a very sad man, and the drink had a mean hold on him. Around 13, I just took off on my own.
That was about the age we found young Arthur here. Maybe a little older. A wilder delinquent you never did see. But he learned fast.
Not as fast as Marston, apparently.
Wait, I don't understand. What's the problem between you two?
Arthur?
It's a long story. Yeah. We still heading the right way?
That depends. Are we still heading west in search of fortune and repose in virgin forests as we planned? No. Are we heading in the correct direction on our desperate escape from the law eastwards down the mountains? Yes, I believe so.
You know this area?
A little. I've been through a couple of times. There's a livestock town not too far from here called Valentine. Cowboys, outlaws, working girls, our kind of place.
Driscolls?
Probably them too.
Pinkertons?
Let's hope not.
And this place we're going. Wait, what's it called again?
Horseshoe Overlook.
It's a good place to lie low?
It'll do for now. And how low do you think Dutch is really going to lie? It's just, you know, maybe it's me who's changed, not him, but we kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right. You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die. It's the way it is. Always has been. Me, you, Dutch. We've all been in this line of work a long time. And we're still here, so... I figure we must have got it right a hell of a lot more than we got it wrong. What are you working on there, anyway?
Just some yarrow and ginseng. Good for the health. Better than that stuff you buy in the store. Yeah, you can have all this. I'm at the point where I can do it with my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah!
brother. Head in there, follow the track for a bit.
Thanks.
Hey, slow up. I'll jump on.
Was that Ben? I'm dealing with the situation with Ben. Vaping is okay, so need to talk to him.
Here we are, gentlemen. Home sweet home.
I understand. I hope you resolve it as best you can.
You weren't wrong, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made
We are not
mistakes
fighting
over the
something
years, Hosea.
serious happened, just a
Every last
buttload of
one
drama.
us. But I kept us together, kept us alive, kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck, east of the Grizzlies and out of money, and a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother, but we are safe. We make a bit of money here, then we move again, head out around them, be west of Uncle Sam, in a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has
I
its
see, I just hope it resolves, cause drama ain't
Gentlemen,
pleasant.
I'm going to head into the local town and, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down for a moment. Come on, gather round. Quickly now. I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone to get to work.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble. Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory to the north. Now get out there and see what you can find. Uncle, Reverend Swanson, no more passengers. It is time for everyone to earn their keep.
There is a town a little way down the track named Valentine. Livestock town, all mud and morons, if I remember right. That seems a decent place to start.
And, we need food. Real food. That means every day. One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find, the camp gets its slice. Now be sensible out there.
Now, the girls have your tent ready, Mr. Morgan. Come with me. You two will be ready shortly. We put you over here.
I'm sure everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, we can always make more money.
We're gonna have to. Miss Jackson, I've seen shit with more common sense than you. Do it properly.
Got off the mountain and rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see he's thinking a little clearer. I think we all feel a little happier, in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess.
Arthur?
Jose?
Quite a day.
Let's hope so.
There's a bunch of the boys already in Valentine. Bill, Charles, and Javier. And Swanson found something down at the train station by the lake, apparently. And Strauss came back with that creepy little smile on his face. I'm sure there's a whole list of unfortunates he's forced money upon.
Thank you. And you?
I'm gonna read a book.
Okay, I'm going to end it here with the stream. I need to deal with this cause RL comes first. I understand. I hope you settle it, and have a good day. Thank you. MHM